ride, okay? Of course, the VFW riders have partnered with a group called IABO, and that is the Indiana Association of Building Officials. That's also another organization that I'm a member of. I actually chair the scholarship committee for that organization. And over the last, well, now we're going on 4 years, we've been doing a ride, right? And it's been extremely successful. And so our small little scholarship committee, when I took it over, we didn't have a lot of money. There wasn't a lot of money in the bank. We weren't giving out, decent scholarships. We weren't getting good scholarship applications. So this is one of the ideas where I was able to bring IABO and the VFW riders together. And we've been working hard to make it a great ride. This year, I think we had a total of 33 or 35 bikes, somewhere in there. Ended up raising a total of right about $3,500. It was about $100 a bike.
Picked up an extra couple of stuff.
Yep. We picked up a couple extra. We made some friends along the way. And I see a lot of faces out here that were a part of that ride. And so first off, thank you. So what we're able to do is, put that in the bank account. We have a couple other fundraising events that we do, and we're getting to the point where we can actually start doling out some substantial money. When we write a scholarship, that money goes directly to the kid, okay? Just because it's not large, but $1,500, $2,000 or something like that. Maybe they don't have to get a part-time job right away. Maybe it'll help out with their car insurance or whatever. So it's not a huge amount. We hope that in a couple of years, it will be a great amount, right? But right now we're trying to do good things. Next year's date is not planned. And yeah, there you go, Nate. I saw you, Kevin. So next year's date is not yet planned, and we don't have a flyer prepared for it, which is perfectly fine. But it will be out of here. It will be a begin here and a 2-stop ride, just like we have the last 3 or 4 years. Pretty simple. We're going to stay in the country and have a lot of fun and hopefully do some good things. So with the attendance roster, sign-in sheet, okay? I know we're asking a lot of information here. We're not going to send you emails. We're not going to really call you, that kind of thing. But what I want to do is I want to give everybody here an opportunity to fill this out if you haven't, or if you have, if you want to strike some information, that's perfectly fine too. But what I intend on doing is going ahead and making a Word document, okay, that will basically have a club name and then the individuals and like a contact number or email, okay? And then I would like to use the emails or maybe just a quick mass text or something like that and send it out to you guys. All right. And the purpose of this is just quite simply, again, like I spoke about earlier, when I've been riding my whole life. I've been doing these things. I've been part of groups, right? But I've not put on my own benefit ride. Okay, been a part of 100 of them. I know they're fun, right? But I had not put on my own. So here 3 or 4 years ago, I was really kind of in a bind, right? We had to look to a lot of different resources. And so if I had, John's number or Rodney's number, or Christine and Kevin, and I could give them a call and say, hey, can you please help me if it's through, maybe some contacts at some venues or bars, what's a good place to go to, maybe a bad place to go to, they've got a horrible parking lot, or, tips on the routes or flyers and all the stuff like that. So that's what this is for, okay? So it's just gonna kind of be a one-time thing, right? I'm not gonna sit here and call you every week or anything else like that, but I would like to share it with the group so that that is out there. Yeah, networking, right? So if you don't want to be a part of that, if you don't want your phone number, email out there, just scratch it off or put an X or something like that. We will not include you. We're not going to sell your information to Google or anything else like that. Next thing, I'd like you quit hearing my voice here in about 2 seconds. I'd like to bring up a very special individual, Corporal Arthur. Come on up here, bud. That's you. All right. He is in uniform, but hey, you're at the VFW, so anybody wants to buy him a drink, he's allowed to, right? It's a post. Corporal Arthur was actually applied for and was the recipient of the first place scholarship this year. So I'd like to
appreciate it. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Pretty good. Beautiful day. I just want to come up here and say a few words. Like you said, I got the scholarship this year, and it's been helpful for me, so I wanted to show my appreciation to you guys especially. Thanks for coming out another year and showing your dedication and support for the community. As Ken mentioned, I'm a full-time student at Purdue, Indianapolis, pursuing a master's in mechanical engineering. As you could tell, I'm in the Army. I had drill this weekend, and I take a lot of pride in being in the Army, and I believe it's significantly improved my life in multiple aspects. Besides my taste, that's definitely been altered. Nonetheless, I'm proud of the country I serve. I don't plan on getting out anytime soon, and been mobilized once to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba with Ken. I'm going again next year for 9 months, and between these two deployments, my schooling's taken a lot longer than I would have hoped. However, I've learned a lot along my own path, and I continue to stay motivated and excited. So this year, I was one of the recipients of the Herman Darlidge Memorial Scholarship. Can't thank you all enough for your donations, your different rides towards different causes, and commitment for allowing a scholarship like this one to be available to someone like me. Participating in these events, riding, donating, and even being a helping hand does not only mean a lot to me and the other recipients, but also everyone you support through different rides aimed towards continued improvement. And although these events may not show an immediate result, in my case specifically, your continued effort has helped me succeed, improve myself not only as a student, but also as a soldier. So I appreciate it.
So Gino with the Outsiders, we have two rides, two main core rides. We have one guy that moonlights and will have a ride for a caterpillar. He does a lot of moonlighting, a lot of stuff on his own, and we love and appreciate what he does for that. But the Outsiders, we have two sanctioned rides. That's Cody's ride. It's a Friday and Saturday night event. It's massive. If you haven't been to a Cody's ride, you owe it to yourself. Tell everybody about it. Get them there. Last year we raised close to $50,000, and full transparency. If anybody ever wants to see where any of our money goes, you'll have a full balance sheet. I can send it and show it to you. The money goes directly to. Last year we had two recipients. Adriel Hernandez, who needed a heart. He received his heart transplant, and then Madeline, we'll go with Madeline, needed a liver, and she also received her liver. And we somewhat partnered. I don't want to call it a partnership because that's not what it is. But we partnered with this company called CODA, Children Organ Transplant Association, and they are with the recipient from the beginning to the end, the rest of their life. Because a lot of the stuff, getting the organ is the easiest thing. A lot of the stuff comes with that, the medicine, the rejection medicine. If something goes wrong, that's where CODA comes in and makes sure they have money. And CODA also, the reason we do like them is they vet the recipient in full depth. But anyways, we're looking at June 20th and 21st for Cody's ride. We also have the 27th and 28th. That, like I said, hopefully we'll have that figured out in November, but we can't confirm dates until then. Again, that'll be a Friday and Saturday event, likely at Bill Monroe Music Park. We'll have tons of bands. Saturday night, we got some huge headliners coming. Maybe a massive cornhole tournament, or we'll have bike games. And last year we gave away 2 bikes. I would assume this year we're going to give away 2 bikes again. And we may already have one, and it's pretty badass unit. So Then we got Frenchie's Ride. If you don't know, Frenchie's Ride, we raise money for kids in our community and the surrounding community. Last year, we spent about $150 on around 100 kids. We hit 3 schools. We basically get connected with the schools, find out the kids that don't have coats that might be sitting at the bus stop cold, and we buy them coats, boots, hats, an outfit, and then finally a couple toys. So that's going to be September 20th, and that will take off, or both of those rides will take off from Frenchie's Pub in Morgantown.
I'm Peanut with Bomb CC, the secretary. I have a personal ride that's the Downright Perfect ride. This was the second one this year that we did, and it's all benefiting Down Syndrome Indiana. All the money goes straight to them. Matter of fact, we're using their 501c3 whenever we do get donations, some of the larger donations, and they want the form and all of that, so they can take it off of their taxes at the end of the year. We're using our 501c3. But of course, I'd love for it to be bigger. Because anytime that you set up a ride that you hope for it to be bigger, things just kind of fall through the cracks. So I'd love for some help if any of you are available. Thank you. But yeah, I'd love to see it bigger. Down Syndrome of Indiana, and the reason why I got involved was my sister-in-law ended up getting a Down syndrome diagnosis for their baby that they were having, and any new parent, it's scary to get something other than hey, your baby's just fine. You're 30 some weeks along. Everything's good. Everything's good to go. Whenever you get something that's just, not one of those thumbs up kind of things, you're kind of devastated, because the life that you knew that you were going to have has changed, and the uncertainty of everything that, that could surround it. With Down syndrome, there's some challenges at birth, heart defects, lung issues, that sort of thing. But with surgery, all of that can be corrected. There's a few times where transplants are needed. Very few, but it happens. And this year, we raised over $1,400 for it, and brought awareness thanks to Steel Horse Thunder. Appreciate you guys for coming out and showing that, which was one of the things that I wanted to do, was just kind of get more eyes on the Down Syndrome Indiana, because you don't hear of it, if it's out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. But one of the reasons was this year I wanted it to go more toward legislation, because after last year's event, I heard that there was a baby that ended up dying because they did not get a heart transplant. And the reason they didn't get a heart transplant was because they were denied because they had a Down syndrome diagnosis. So this year's money was designated toward advocacy of getting those laws changed. Indiana has those, at least has a for any kind of donor side of it, there's no restrictions. But the problem is other states. If somebody dies and is a donor that dies in Indiana, yeah, that's fine. But anybody outside of Indiana, you have to go against the board of the donor network, and if their state doesn't allow it, because you're disqualified for, and it's not just for Down syndrome, it's for autism or any other kind of issues that the kids have. So that was one of the things that I was, that pressed upon my heart last year. Obviously Down Syndrome Indiana is a non-for-profit. I'd like to have it we were thinking September 20th, but I'm not opposed to like the 21st for Sunday, for September 20th, 21st, that sort of time frame, because October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month.
Hi guys, thank you all for coming. Thank you guys for having us. I'm Todd. I'm with Santa's Closet Toy Drive. This is our second year. We're out of the Kit Land. This year we had a ride. John helped us put it on. It was an amazing day. Thank you all that came and joined us. We raised a little over $3,000 that day. We also had a bike show. We also had a bike show last month that John and a couple people come judged and helped out. We raised a little over $1,000 on that. We did a big yard sale. We raised a little bit over $1,750 on our yard sale, just from people donating stuff to us, helping us out. So we're buying all these toys. We got our sign-up sheet for the toys. Comes out in November for everybody, anybody that needs help, or you know somebody that needs help, go on to Santa's Closet Toy Drive Facebook page, and you can sign up or sign anybody up that needs help for Christmas this year. Everything's being delivered locally. Last year we helped over 1,000 kids. This year we help over another 1,000 kids. So, with y'all's donations and with everything we've got so far, we're a little over over $7,000 so far this year, and time to buy toys and get them out to families in need. So, guys, thanks for coming and thanks for supporting. We love you all.
Thanks everybody for coming out. I'm Nico with the Redeem chapter. So we're planning on having a ride May 16th through the 18th. So kind of a whole weekend deal. The 16th is that Friday. That'll be kind of like a pre-registration setup. We have QR codes on the flyers, and I'll put them over there on that table. We're gonna leave out in Mooresville and go out to Brown County, Nashville area. So it'll be a nice scenic ride, and then head back. And there'll be music, food, and just good time. So anybody wants to come join there, we'll like to see you guys. Thank you.
A lot of people learn about ABATE either through learning to ride with the basic riders class, or hearing about advocating for motorcyclist rights, or a little party we have called the Boogie. A lot of people hear about it then. But we also have a charity, and it's called ABC. It's the ABATE Bikers Care charity. We have a fund where, like I like to put it, we like to help those that help others. So our qualifications for the charity is for a beneficiary to be a 501c3 themselves. They have to be in Indiana, and they have to have a specific need. So for this year in 2024, we helped the VFW here in Greenwood. We had a ride on September 7th. They had a specific need for an AED machine, the automated external defibrillator machine. They had one, it was outdated. So we had a need to buy them a new one. So they have to have a specific need and a specific cost. So in other words, we can't just raise money and throw it into a general fund. It has to have a specific purpose. So for this year, we were happy to help the VFW down here. That's how we met Ken and Josie. They were our grand marshals this year, and I appreciated them coming and bringing some of their friends, because I see a lot of you here. We're all here with the same kind of goal. I wanted to just share something that has been helpful for us. We have started to have these supporter chips. A lot of people collect the chips with going to different Harley dealerships. So we got this idea And it's been very, I want to say profitable, or at least it's get us a little bit more funds than we would have had in the past. You can get them online. They're usually $100 for $100. So they're about $1 a chip, and we sell them for $5. So it's covered us in a lot of situations where we needed some funds and didn't have them before. So I wanted to share that. Brought from our ride in September, we have some left over that have the VFW logo on it. So come see me after, and I have one of these for everybody. So for 2025, we have a date of Saturday, September the 6th. We do not yet have a beneficiary. Have a few thoughts in mind. Michelle's thinking of those, and we'll get those out. We have brought a flyer with our 24-25 event dates. The best way to hear about an ABATE event, especially Region 11, is our Facebook page. So go out there, find us, and like it. Like most of you have mentioned, social media, that's been our key on getting our rides out and getting people there.
I'm Christine. I'm representing the Eagle Riders, and like Jeffy said, I am the state communications officer. We have 19 chapters all over Indiana for Eagle Riders, but I also am supporting Beech Grove. I'm their communication officer too. So our rides that we normally do support our local areas, and so our groups that are up at Cedar Lake, obviously. Their rides support Cedar Lake charities. So for Beech Grove, we did 2 this year. We did the Christmas in July ride. I remember that. And we raised about $8,000, and we donated it to the Beech Grove Shop for a Cop program. And then we just got done doing our breast cancer ride, the Pretty in Pink ride, which supported a local Pink Ribbon Connection program instead of, breast cancer nationally. So we wanted to make sure that we keep all of our stuff local, and we raised just shy of $13,000 for them. So that is a major ride. So we are planning on hosting that again next year. Like I said, that was our first annual. So it should be the first weekend in October next year. That I believe is the 4th. If you want to write it down on your calendars. The Christmas in July ride, we're still debating on if we're going to do that again. We had a few issues this year because there are so many rides that support things going on in July. And we like to get out and we like to support everybody else's ride. So we work really closely, Widow Sons, we will support their rides, and then VFW. Along with most of the other people in here, outsiders, we've been to a lot of their rides. So that's what we like to do.
This year we chose to support you guys, all your rides, whatever rides we can go on. We've seen a lot of you at those rides. We ride pretty much every day, but every weekend you will see an Iron Sharpens Iron patch at a ride somewhere. So if you want us at your rides, you need to let us know. Friends of Iron Sharpens Iron is done by our treasurer, David Drake, or better known as Rattle. And he puts every ride out there, whether we're in that ride or not. So if you notify us, or if you're looking for a ride, go to Friends of Iron Sharpens Iron on Facebook. We are on Facebook as well as Iron Sharpens Iron. Our regular page, you can go to that as well. We participate in parades, we participate in funerals, and we participate in charity rides. As I said, we don't typically we haven't done any rides for ourselves. We were requested, and it would have been a pop-up ride, to do a ride for a young lady for her son. But on April the 12th, instead of having a pop-up ride this year, April the 12th of next year, we're planning on a cage ride. We're not sure where it's going to start, but it's for Cade. He's out of Greensburg, Indiana. We were on Keisha's ride this year, and we had a request to do this ride for this young man. So when in Greensburg, we stopped to see the little boy Cade, who's 8 months old at the time. He was attacked by a dog on June 9th. Right now, the mommy's unable to go back to work due to
his appointments and stuff. Also, she's scared to leave him with anyone else. Can you imagine? She is trying to organize this motorcycle ride herself. She is the only parent, and she's not really sure how to go about it. Contacted Cowboy, and we kind of gave her the idea to maybe wait till the first of next year versus doing a pop-up. We figured we'd get a few more of you guys to show up and help out. So Iron Sharpens Iron is going to be sponsoring this and supporting this. She will be the host of the ride. They are out of Greensburg. We would really love to support these folks. We'd love your support. So put April 12th on your schedule. That is the date that she has chosen. She just sent that to me today. And again, anytime you guys want to ride, let us know. We're riding every Saturday, almost every Sunday afternoon. We try to do some riding. So if there's charity rides, we will dig deep into our pockets and we will show up for you guys if we can make it.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. My name's Jack. I'm with the Messiah Misfits. We're out of the west side of Indianapolis. I just want to touch on what Ken said about this little boy. I had the privilege of holding him, and he has a wonderful smile. He's a very happy baby. And if anybody would come out and help support Iron Sharpens Iron, we would appreciate that. And Messiah Misfits has 4 rides planned right now, and I'm gonna turn this over to Mama Claire, and she's gonna tell you all about it.
So we did 2 rides this year that Messiah Misfits hosted. We did our first annual ride, which I think we raised about $600 for that. I know we used $400 of it that we put a friend of ours, her father was dying and didn't have a way to get to South Carolina. So we helped get her there. Another ride we did was for ROL, which is Recover Out Loud, which is a very big part of my heart. I host a Recover Out Loud meeting every Monday night at Mars Hill. Next month I will have 14 years of being sober, so recovery is huge for me. We helped raise $700 for ROL this year. What we did it for was they have a overdose awareness walk that they did in Edinburgh in August. Usually every year they get grants to put this event on, but they weren't able to this year. So I had asked ROL if Messiah Misfits could do a ride for them. Half of my meeting is Messiah Misfits as well, so it kind of worked hand in hand. And we was able to give them the money to help host the event. I know the event also raised like $1,400 for ROL, and that was able to help. We help people that are freshly coming out of prison or just coming out of the reentry programs that are being able to help them to get hygiene and stuff like that for recovery. So I know this next year we're planning on doing our Messiah Misfits 2nd annual ride on May 10th. What we do with this is we help people in our community. I know we are also planning 4 rides this year. On top of doing all the other charity rides we do. Yeah, we're going to be busy.
Yeah.
So June 7th, we are doing a kids backpack ride. We are wanting to help a friend. She came up with the idea. She wants to fill backpacks up to give to kids that can't afford to have the backpacks that go to school. That one, we are going to start it off at the West Side Club.
I don't want to interrupt,
Yep.
but I know somebody that has a bunch of backpacks. See, the good thing about this meeting, backpacks are already taken care of.
Nice. Nice.
There you go.
Thank you.
Awesome. I know that ride is planning on starting at West Side Club, and it's going to end at the Lyndhurst Baptist Church, where I'm pretty sure we're going to have True Revival Band there for that one. Also on, where's the date? August 16th. So Messiah Misfits, we feed the homeless downtown every third or fourth
Saturday of the month
Yes, so
in front of the American Legion Hall downtown.
yes. So if you guys ever want to come help us do that, please get a hold of us. So this is going to be to help, I think, maybe possibly get coats, gloves, things like that to help give to the homeless. And then the last ride that they're doing in October is a Christmas blessing ride. So I know that we spent a lot of money this last Christmas getting toys and stuff for the Mars Hill neighborhood. So I think this year we're planning on doing like 3 or 4 families to where maybe we can get a whole dinner for them, plus get the toys and stuff for their families.
So if anyone,
First thing I want to say, if Steel Horse came out to your ride this year, don't expect to see us next year. And I'm just saying that because that's the way we operate. If we go somewhere, and it's funny because a lot of people think, oh man, they'll be back next year. And no, we won't, because what we're doing is trying to promote as many rides as possible. So just so there's no hard feelings, I want to make sure everybody understands what we do is we try to promote as many rides as we can. And if we go to the same ride over and over and over, we're not getting the word out. That's our whole, just like you guys are concentrating on that particular ride, our whole concentration goes on making sure everybody hears about all the rides that are going on. So I just wanted to get that real clear. The other thing you had mentioned about when we start going to other people's pages and you see what they're doing, share that on your page. The more you share stuff, the more you like stuff, the more that gets out to everybody else. But I do know that when people start sharing other people's stuff, whereas now for us, we do put money behind our stuff that we put out on Facebook and stuff like that. But when other people start sharing that, if we do a Monday Night Live and we get 10, 12 shares, it's amazing how much quicker that gets around to everybody else. And so yeah, that's all I want to talk about. Just help support one another. What you guys are doing right here, this is fantastic. This is long overdue. I'm just super thrilled to see this many people come out, even on a beautiful Sunday when we could either be out riding or watching the Colts lose. We could have been doing something else, but instead we're all here today. So man, thanks for the pizza. It was fantastic. And keep up the good work.
So, like I said, get together with your president, your vice president, your club. Try by middle of February, end of February, I'm challenging you to have your rides out. Okay? Then I'm gonna get with Josie and they'll get the emails together